This week on What to Watch, Rowan Blanchard chases her crush, Andrew Garfield solves a murder, and Ozark comes to an end. Hey everyone, welcome to Entertainment Weekly's What to Watch. I am your host, EW Senior Editor Jared Hall. Are you, like me, overwhelmed by all of those TV shows and movies out there? Well, we are here to help with our top picks for you this week. Spring has sprung, my friends, and you know what that means? It is time for a new romance to capture our hearts. Our first pick is Hulu's new LGBTQ plus rom-com, Crush.
Is she in slow motion again?
Yeah.
Music playing in the background? Mm-hmm. You were a lost cause.
Rowan Blanchard, who you might know from the Snowpiercer series or as the girl from Girl Meets World, stars here as an art student who pursues her crush on her high school's track team, only to realize she's actually falling for someone else entirely. Who hasn't been there? Crush premieres Friday, April 29th on Hulu. This week in entertainment history, get out your calendars, Mean Girls was released in theaters 18 years ago this week on April 30th, 2004. The movie was quite well received at the time, earning positive reviews and grossing more than $100 million worldwide, but ever since then it has grown into a cult phenomenon, lauded for its clever humor, memorable characters, and extremely quotable script.
Get in, loser, we're going shopping.
Mean Girls also made EW's Best of the 2000s decade list in 2009, where we wrote, quote, "Fetch may never happen, but 2004's eminently quotable movie is still one of the sharpest high school satires ever," which is pretty gruel if you ask me. All right, we are now going to change gears completely for our next pick. It's the drama series Under the Banner of Heaven. Andrew Garfield stars as Detective Jeb Pyre, a devout Mormon cop who begins to question his faith as he investigates a grisly double murder.
So far, what we've found isn't pointing outward. The evidence points to things and to beliefs that I have only ever heard whisperings about.
Rounding out the cast are Sam Worthington and Daisy Edgar-Jones. Now, this series was created by Oscar-winning Milk screenwriter Dustin Lance Black, and it's based on the best-selling true crime book of the same name by John Krakauer. Andrew Garfield has been all over the place lately, fresh off his Oscar nomination for Tick, Tick, Boom and his exciting return as Spider-Man in No Way Home. But this role is a decidedly darker turn for him.
You know, religion and faith is a place where human beings try to organize themselves in a meaningful way, try to create meaning out of life. And I find unpicking at the thread of those things to be, I don't know, just lucrative in the sense of like, it gives me a lot of grist for my mill in terms of expanding my consciousness. And I think, and illuminating on what it is to be human and what it is to try to make lives of meaning.
Well, the limited series premieres Thursday, April 28th on Hulu. You know what time it is? It is time to check in and see what other folks are watching. In honor of their second season premiering Friday, April 29th, we asked the cast of Amazon Prime Video's Undone when they gathered at South by Southwest, what you watching?
I'm obsessed with The Great, which I'm very much in loving. And then there's a show on ABC called Abbott Elementary. It's a single cam comedy. I'm obsessed with Abbott Elementary. I'm watching a lot of that. And then The Dropout also.
Inventing Anna is something that I didn't think I was gonna like at all. And I'm so deep into figuring out what is wrong with this girl. And the boys, I cannot wait for the boys to come out. I think I'm gonna back up just a little bit and I'm gonna watch some of it and then I'm gonna jump back in when it comes out.
I'm rewatching all of Living Single right now because that show is the best show. It just shaped my entire concept of being a woman and friendship and dating and being a woman of color. Like I'm going back to it and it's so damn ahead of its time. And then Survivor. I had never watched one episode of Survivor in my life, but I'm one of those weird freaks. It's like, you watch Survivor?
All right, folks, our number one pick this week is really going out with a bang. It is the finale of Ozark.
I'm just sick of having blood on my hands, Wendy. It doesn't bother you?
You're so desperate to be the good guy.
In the second half of the acclaimed Netflix drama's final season, the past has finally caught up to Marty and Wendy Bird, played by Jason Bateman and Laura Linney. Now, the first part of the final season aired earlier this year, and it ended with Ruth, played by Julia Garner, vowing to avenge the death of her cousin Wyatt. On EW's Around the Table video series, Garner spoke about how Ruth losing her family has helped shape her journey over the course of the series.
She was so not accepting herself and acknowledging that she really didn't want to be a Langmore. I think as the season goes on further and further, she's actually acknowledging and being okay that she's a Langmore, but now it's too late. In a way, which is really sad to have, all the losses that she's had. But it all came down from her not, she wanted to be something that she wasn't.
And she has played that journey brilliantly. All of those Emmys are well deserved. By the way, the final episodes will also be accompanied by a 30-minute making of retrospective called A Farewell to Ozark that serves as a love letter to the series. The final 7 episodes of Ozark drop on Friday, April 29th on Netflix. All right, here we go with a recap of this week's What to Watch picks. Crush debuts on Friday, April 29th on Hulu. Under the Banner of Heaven premieres Thursday, April 28th, also on Hulu. And the final episodes of Ozark drop on Friday, April 29th on Netflix. Well, folks, that is our show for this week. Thank you so much for watching. Let us know what you think of this week's picks, and I would love to know what upcoming shows and movies you are excited for. You can tell us all about that in the comments below, and while you're at it, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on those notifications so you don't miss an episode. Also, be sure to follow us on Twitter at EW and on Instagram at Entertainment Weekly. You can also catch our daily What to Watch podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, wherever you listen to your favorites. And of course, you can get all of the latest info on your favorite TV shows and movies at EW.com. We will see you right back here next week on What to Watch. Here we go. Beep, 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 boop. I don't even want to be smiling at the top of that. Oh, Jesus.